It is the final day for setup for Formula Drift 2026, the inaugural race here in New England at Stafford Springs, Connecticut, the Battle of the Springs. I'm pumped to see what happens. This is gonna be an epic weekend. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Hope all the Formula Drift crowd loves Stafford Springs. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We have a lot of great videos coming up, especially about this Formula Drift weekend. I'm looking forward to it. Let's move on with what we have to do to get ready for this epic weekend. Welcome back everyone to the David Arute Racing channel here at Stafford Speedway, the day before the inaugural Formula Drift Connecticut weekend. Thursday, Friday, Saturday event for Formula Drift's first time ever here at Stafford Speedway. Setup is still going on. We got the track layout almost complete. Formula Drift Group has been out here putting up the signage for the past couple days. They put out a ton of signage here on the speedway. We got them down pit road, on the front stretch walls, in the infield. That's a little media pocket. There is a lot going on here this weekend. We got teams already in here. They've been loading in today, setting up. Tire companies, the RTR vehicles, Nitto Tire, Rockstar. This whole area right here is the pro teams, and all the way around back, you kind of see a couple trailers out back. That is the pro spec teams. There's a lot of cars on property. They're expecting 70 cars to be competing this weekend. Looking forward to it. Tomorrow is practice day and qualifying. There might be some weather. It looks like there's some rain coming in now. Later today, it might storm. All these teams are just getting their trailers set up, their awnings set up, and all acquainted with the property. This is all their first times here at Stafford Speedway. Great to see so many new faces here at the track. A lot of big names for Formula Drift. I am not familiar with them just yet. I'm not gonna fake it, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have zero idea about Formula Drift. Have I seen it on social media? Yes. Have I watched some live streams? Yes. I don't know the names. I don't know how the scoring works, but by the end of this weekend, I'm gonna make sure I do. There's some really cool cars out there down in the pit area. We got the RTR Mustangs. I think there's some Subis down there, some Toyotas. There's fuel injector, there's carburetor, there's superchargers, turbos, nitrous. It is insane. Let's go head down to the pit area, check it out, and I'll show you some other setups we got going on. What has changed since the last Friday event we had here? Let's head out on track so I can show you guys what changed out on track first, and we'll head to the pit area. The final setup day is nearly complete. Finally made it out on track. All the race teams are loaded into the pit area. A couple more are still just pulling in. They're getting set up. They're getting prepared for the inaugural race weekend. We made it out on track because I wanted to show you guys what changed out here from our last Friday night event. Right now we're standing on where pit road usually is. And as you can see, the barriers have moved. For our Friday night racing, our go-kart racing, right here is usually where our K-rail or Jersey barriers are. I moved them back about 30 feet. So they wanted me to space back these barriers to give more of a runoff for if there was ever any accidents, so they don't hit the barriers and destroy their cars. The Formula Drift Group is still setting up all the track. They mark the ground so these don't move, or if they do, they can replace them exactly where they were. These red dots are the zones, so they have to come out here, paint the different zones, and that is where the scoring is held, in the zones, in the inner clips and the outer clips. There's a lot to this that I still have to learn. Look at all this signage out here. It looks so cool. We got A-frame signs down in the infield, this wall of signage down the back stretch. Right where I'm standing is where our pit road is for Friday night racing. our go-kart tracks, the backstretch, the Tour of Destruction quarter mile, the burnout pit for the New England 900 burnout rivals. What a multi-use pad we have built. Putting down this extra asphalt has made it so we could do this massive event just like this. It opened up the facility to so many more options beyond just oval racing. This makes it so we could host these styles of events to help support the track and keep oval racing as the best it can be. We love hosting these events, bringing all these new faces, all these corporate sponsors. We got Pennzoil, we got Nitto, Ford Racing, Toyota Racing. All of these big companies are coming out to Stafford Springs, Connecticut, to Stafford Speedway for the first ever Formula Drift event, and it's going to be epic. There's still a lot of work for the Formula Drift group to do out here on track. They have to paint the entire surface. They paint the entire track, the course layout itself, so you could actually see the flow of the track when you're watching from the aerial view or their live feed. It looks like they're about to fire up the paint sprayer now on the backstretch. A lot of you are gonna say, oh, is this paint gonna be out on the oval track come race time? The paint they use is actually washable. After their event, they're gonna power wash this paint right off the track and it will be gone. This paint is also, which I noticed is, I used it by accident, it doesn't build up with tire rubber. So I realized this after we had the test session a couple weeks ago, where the Formula Drift teams were out here testing out the layouts, figuring out the track. If you look right here, this pit road line, look at all the rubber on it, but what do you notice about the numbers? Black, right? The pit road line, the boxes, there's black, but the numbers themselves are still white. I somehow, what is up with all these bolts? I blew all this off. I somehow accidentally used a paint that doesn't hold rubber. And that is actually the same paint they are going to be using for their entire track layout and their boxes and their zones. They use a paint that doesn't build up with rubber, which I got to figure out what that paint is and possibly use it for our stripes, but I'd like to know if it screws up the grip, if it makes it more slick. I forgot to tell you guys, they're putting LED lights all around turns 3 and 4 here for their initial entry around the entire racing surface, which is going to be sick to see. I think it follows the cars as they're drifting through the corner. They started the paint spraying. As you guys can see, they put it down a little thinner than what I do. So we got our regular dashes. It actually looks like they're using some of our dashes. It's a little wider, but again, this is the washable paint. So at the conclusion of this event, they are going to be power washing all these lines right off the track. Check out the signage up here. This is cool. Makes it feel like such a big event having this much signage around here. We got our big Stafford Speedway sign up. The cars are entering way up here against the wall. So they use the dashes all through turns 3 and 4. Then they go to a solid line to help show where the course goes. So they're going to do both an inner and outer line. It looks like there might be a zone up here. Not sure. These lines are just to help show the fans where the track is, the drivers where the track is. They're just doing a solid line all the way through, and it's not like they're putting it down thick. That's very thin, but a very wide line on top of that. Now this helps you guys understand what the layout is. They're coming out here at the rear of the car, then they switch back to the inner, then back to an outer, and they finish to the start finish line. Gonna be an awesome layout. Still a lot of paint work left to do, but we'll head up to the midway now so I can show you guys what changed up there from our Friday night racing. I think I just saw the Formula Drift merch trailer roll in, so let's head up there and check it out. We got the podium stage up here on the top of the midway, the Formula Drift merch trailer right next to our collectibles booth. They're putting more flags. That's gonna look so cool at the top of the stands. There's a lot to make this feel like a festival almost, which is so cool. Down here by the ticket booth, they dropped a storage container And this is, I think, Frey, like chewing tobacco, I think it is. I'm not 100% sure. Then we got F100 here, of course, Permatex, Fast Orange. There's gonna be a ton of other vendors set up tomorrow for practice day. This is just the setup the day before. There's a lot of work being done. It is gonna look amazing for Formula Drift. The first time ever here at Stafford, so I'm pumped about it. Thank you guys for watching today's video. Hope you're excited about it as well. Looking forward to a great weekend. Throttle down and see you guys at the races.